What is up, guys? Welcome to another Storytime episode. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a story of high adventure. This is probably one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me, gaming related. Now, back before I started doing YouTube videos, I was a hardcore gamer, and I used to game all the time. I had a full-time job. I wasn't making that much money. I was making about maybe $200 a week, and that was barely enough to get by. But it wasn't stopping me from gaming. I was gaming all the time. I was in one of the best rating guilds on my server, pre-BC. By the way, this is more than 5 years. No, no way. This is more than 7 years ago. 6 to 7 years ago. Okay, one of the best rating guilds on my server. So I had to do this hardcore rating. Now, it got to the point where I wasn't able to afford my internet connection, my internet anymore. So I devised a way to continue gaming. Now, at the time, I was using a laptop. That was my gaming computer. When I made Incredible Warrior Tricks 1, 2, 3, and 4, they were all done on a laptop with a terrible internet connection from Puerto Rico. Like, my MS was always between 300 and 500 or 1,000 MS, and that's what I gamed with. When I got my laptop actually had like a Wi-Fi built into it. So I was able to drive through neighborhoods scanning for internet signals, and then I would park my car and surf the internet until they basically turn off their computer or turn off their internet, and then I'd have to move on to the next location. I remembered when I was raiding, I would get disconnected, and then I would be racing through neighborhoods, trying to reconnect. The guild that I was in at the time, Cadia, they already knew. They already knew what I was doing, and they were like, he'll be back in a second. He's probably looking for another internet connection. Until the day that I found out about Denny's internet. Free Wi-Fi. Super range. It was amazing. The Denny's near my house. I started parking out in front in the parking lot. And I started gaming all night long. I was gaming for like maybe 8 to 10 hours in the parking lot of Denny's. That's how hardcore gamer. That's how hardcore I was. Never went inside. One day, one of the Denny's employees comes out to the car with a soda, and he's like, "Hey man, we see you out here every day. Why don't you just come inside? And here's a soda." And I'm like, oh no, you guys have been seeing me? I was like, oh man, I can't go in now, man. Now I'm embarrassed. No. They were like, yeah, you can just come inside. You can set up your computer and you can game. But at the time, no one else was doing that. You know, this was like almost 6 to 7 years ago. I didn't see people doing that. I would have been the only one in there with a laptop. Now, I also had a game controller. I had to set up my laptop. I used the N52 gamepad. It was powered by Razer, Belkin powered by Razer, and I used that. That was my secret weapon, and I had a fake table set up in my car, like on top of the on the rest, and I would just game right there. I had my headphones on and everything, and it was funny because I had the reflection of the gaming on my face. So when people look at night, they would see me. All you'd see is my gaming face with the headphones, like this. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. I'm gaming there, and all of a sudden, 2 police officers, they show up to my car. They're like, "Sir, what are you doing?" The bank across the street says that you've been parked here for the past couple days, and they think you're scoping out the place. And I'm like, what? No, dude, I'm not scoping. I'm gaming. I'm using the internet here. And they were like, okay, explain to us what that was. They did not know what I was doing. And they could not believe that I was surfing their internet connection and gaming on their internet connection. I actually literally showed them, look, I had to like surf the internet. I was surfing the internet. I was gaming, and I showed them. I said, listen, I'm using the signal from the Denny's. It's a free Wi-Fi signal. It's not illegal. Okay, I'm picking up the signal and I'm just gaming here. And I told them, listen, if you had a laptop, like I can set it up for you and you can also surf the internet. And they're like, okay. They believed me and they left. So I continued gaming. Maybe a couple nights later, one of the police officers shows up. He comes up and he asks me how I'm doing, and he hands me a laptop. And I'm like, all right. So I set it up for him. I searched the Wi-Fi, scanned for the Wi-Fi signal, set it up for him, gave it back to him, and he left. A couple days later, I'm doing an all-night gaming session. I'm gaming, and I look over, and I see the police officer parked in the parking, a couple cars down from me, and he was there all night surfing the internet. that has to be one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me while gaming. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you like more videos like this, let me know. I'll do more of them. If you guys enjoyed this video, see you guys in the next one.